So come on in, take a sip. Let's wind down on the Sunday grid. And today we are having a Riesling from the Maybach family. It is delightful. It is just delightful. It's a little bit of gas, a little bit of a bubble influence. Just wonderful. What a nice, delicious, crisp white wine to go with the occasion. So we've got ourselves a Gary Larson and Doug Peterson co-construction today, edited by Joel Faliano. So let's hop into our grid and see what we got. So massive stars. Well, who knows? Texter's shrug. Maybe I don't know. Pep for pebbles and cartoons, and that was Dino on the Flintstones. It will all come out in the wash. Massive stars. I guess these would be idols. I was wondering where that was going to go. It will all come out in the wash. Got by, maybe did okay. So if that's the case, then maybe we're talking about odor, which is kind of gross. Kind of gross this morning. Or this afternoon. Gosh. Oh, wow. It's almost 3 o'clock. So, title for a tutorial on musical composition. I have no idea. Flood-prone area, lowland. And competed in a biathlon, so perhaps we're talking about skiing. Impromptu could be ad hoc. Maybe nah. Susan who wrote The Orchid Sheep, and that's Orleans. Title for a new tutorial on musical composition. Well, it's probably knowing something. What has some holiday spirit? How about eggnog? And you know what? I cannot wait to make my first batch. Yum stuff. A primer on playing dreidel. Island off Greece's northwest coast. Okay, well, we know Crete is to the south, so we must be speaking of Corfu. Some ICU workers, maybe RNs. Okay, that helped me check that. So let's get back up here and try to go in some sort of order. Associate of the gods Pothos and Himeros, and I think our real hint here is longing and desire, which is Eros, my personal muse, versus angst as an artist. Tired routine could be a rut, blow, gust maybe. Workplace regulator, maybe OSHA. Ford's only Supreme Court appointee, and I think that was Stevens. I think. Actress Gardner, David. Well, so far I feel pretty good. Paneer Indian dish. What is it? Sari. I'm about to get a little bit more on this one. Spot for a stud. Maybe your ear. And let's see. I guess title for tutorial on musical composition with this question. Maybe it's knowing the score. Maybe we're having a play on phrases. Sounds like it anyway. Easy Mac. Loads. Maybe a lot. Tickle Me Elmo Maker. I don't know for sure, but I'm thinking maybe Tycho. Golfer McIlroy, and that would be Rory. Surname of 3 baseball brothers would be Elu. And signs with lines. I guess this would be a cue cards. Okay, so put into motion. Some chamber groups could definitely be octets. I don't know just yet. Substitute for E on a license plate, maybe. I guess I'm thinking about a 3 here. Put into motion. Actuate, maybe? Any of the light blue properties in Monopoly, and I guess those are avenues. So, avenue. So yeah, I guess maybe to actuate. We'll find out though here real quick, won't we? How many elements in the periodic table have the letter J in their names? I can't think of any. So we've got a choice here. It looks like between 9 and none. I'm just going to go with none. If I'm wrong, I will eat crow. Apply more varnish to, maybe recoat. Distortions in the time-space continuum. I think we're talking about warps. Bunch of bills could be a wad. Got a pretty easy Sunday today, I would say. Turn away, maybe avert. I think that more of an ounce of prevention almost, right? Right this second could be pronto. Interior design, sure. Decor, why not? And recipient of 21 Academy Award acting nominations. And I guess that'd be Meryl Streep, and I can totally see that. Is she not amazing? Okay, a primer on playing dreidel. Dreidel. Oh, I misspelled. I'm sitting there thinking it might be going over the top, but this is, I put Stevis instead of Stevens in. Sorry. I'm going to go ahead and go with going over the top. Balderdash could be wrought. Alternative to Hinge or Bumble. I have no idea, but I'm assuming this is Tinder. I guess these are dating apps or something like that. Parish Priest could be the vicar. 2020 nonfiction bestseller. Subtitle The Orange of Our Discontents, and I think that's cast. Croissant material would be enamel. I'm still enamored with the croissant, everything from the Fabergé eggs to you name it. I think it's one of the coolest art forms that I never learned how to do. I don't think I ever could. Underworld thug could be a goon. Did he really just say that? Perhaps we're saying to gasp. Clutching my pearls. Right, yeah. In the center of, perhaps we are in the midst. High-end hotel chain, maybe the Omni, on which Maya Rudolph has played Kamala Harris in Brief. I guess that's starting out live. Garage job, maybe an oil change. Yeah, I don't really see this as being a very challenging Sunday grid. A volume on vapor dynamics. I don't know yet. Let's see. Come dancing, come dancing. The Kinks, one of them, I think really, between them and The Who, probably the forebears of punk rock. Add in Harry Nilsson, and you were just kind of cooking up a scenario for the Clash and the Sex Pistols. That's just what I think. So pick a volume on vapor dynamics. Pick your, I don't know yet. Docking spots could be slips. Enjoys a lazy Sunday, perhaps. Unlike me, I am not enjoying a lazy Sunday at all. I am working here. I'm walking here. Right? Yeah, creative spark. How about some inspo? I don't know if that O's right, though. Bodies of work. Well, maybe it is. I think we're talking about oeuvre. O-E-O-U. I'm trying to think. I would use the oeuvre. O-E-U-V. I'm used to the O-E combination vowel that I can use on my phone or in a translation app. So, but oofs, I think is where we're at here. Kingmaker. Now this is clever. I think it's maybe Serta. If I'm wrong, that's going to suck because I was so excited about Serta. But if I'm right, I'm right. So maybe this is picking up steam, and which is pretty dadgum clever. I would say that was pretty clever. So Spanish for foolish, and I came to tonto, which I always thought was kind of funny that the bestie to the Lone Ranger was tonto. Anyway, aware of could be hip to, serious suffering could be agony. Farewell performance could be one's swan song. Slugger stat, how about runs batted in? Feeling pretty good about most of this here. Potato, yam, or cassava, and these are tubers. Water brand whose name is an adjective in reverse, and of course it's, that adjective would be naive. Avion. That's pretty funny. Go us. How about yay team? Okay. Yeah, this is a clean grid, but it's also not very challenging. It's just kind of fun to go through. I'm liking it. Turns, states, evidence. I don't know. Stereotypical prom experience. I'm assuming this would be a limo ride. Even since I was a kid, that was the thing. I can't imagine. I mean, wow. Harder to come by, could be rarer, but we need to check that because, gosh, it could be any number of things, I think. Maybe calm is serene. I feel better about it already. Beret, bearer. Maybe this is my tête. Maybe. Over or under, how about a bet? Sooner State City, Enid, Oklahoma, home of a beautiful Air Force Base too. Seriously. Maybe believe me. I don't know. Let's see, free of extra charges. How about no fee? Worth having. Maybe of use? Pokes fun at could be mocking. And let's see, turns, states, evidence. Singing. Sings. So what do we got here? A step-by-step guide for throwing breaking balls. I guess this would be learning curve. Learning curves, maybe? Let's see how we're going to make this fit. Learning curves. Very nice. Level could be even. Blank La Gaillard, star of 1920s Broadway. This is Evie. Navajo painting. Eva. Sand. Okay, got it. Salts. Okay, we're talking about sailors. Okay, tracking. Taken for granted. Maybe assumed. We got an email button. Send. Oh, that feels good. Lock. How about a tress? Earthbound bird. Poor things. River to the English Channel, and I think we're talking about the French Somme. Come to, maybe amount. Yeah, this is a good Sunday grid. If you know someone just getting into this, tell them to work on this Sunday grid. Not a bad one to go with. Blank Owl, one of the superheroes in Watchmen. I have no idea. I'm going to assume this is night, but we're going to check it real quick. Shangri-La's, maybe Eden's. Castaway's Call, SOS. And Fork-tailed Bird is a turn, among others. Stock exchange worker. I'm assuming we're shooting for a trader here. Edict issuer and Fiddler on the Roof. If I'm a rich man. The Czar, of course. Figure of interest to an admissions department, and I'm assuming we mean a grade point average. Apartment building VIP, and I assume this is the soup. Here in Germany, we have ein Hausmeister. Hausmeister, the housemaster. Blank probandi, burden of proof, and that would be onus probandi. Maybe I should have gone to law school. My wife would sure agree with that. Simpson's judge, which I took right out of poor Lance's last name from the Simpson trial, but rather cleverly so, I think. Churn up. Oh, I don't know. Maybe royal. Oh, let's see what we got. A handbook on raising kids. Kids. Well, it said kids. I'm going to go with, just put a goat in here just to see if I'm right, because I don't know, but I think why not? Why not? Self-centered sort. How about an egotist? Okay. Jewel division and erg. Incessantly bother, maybe nag at. Barrel-shaped containers could be casks. Lead into brewery, micro, very nice. Bottom of some columns. Well, what kind of columns? Here, I guess a moo. There a moo, everywhere a moo-moo. I see my mind is going to like the capitals at the top of a Roman or a Greek column and the plinths at the bottom. I'm thinking architecture, and I think what they're shooting for here is maybe a sum. Well, we'll check it. Sheets and pillowcases, going with linens on that one. Kind of question. How about a yes, no? Ship's kitchen could be the galley. well, it's the only thing on a ship that's considered a kitchen, right? I don't know. Symbols of toughness in a simile. I'm assuming we're talking tough as nails. Let's check ourselves, though. Like the leftmost candle until the final night of Hanukkah, and that would be unlit. Okay, looking discomfited. I'm assuming we're talking about being pained. And so a handbook on raising kids looks like I don't know. Getting your goat? Thankless types, can be ingrates. I don't really like those kinds of people either. Modelers need data for sure. Hurting. Maybe achy. Sky's the limit. Got it. Got notorious Biggie Smalls in there today. Dex in brief. A DIY manual on other tackling dummies. Got it. Very nice. So Dex in brief. Knockouts. Repetitive sound. Echo. Boy, Echo has been making it into the grid left and right these days. Had Echo Park the other day. I mean, Echo's always just popping up, it seems. Beverage, one shouldn't shake well before serving. How about a soda? Yeah, speaking of lightly carbonated yumminess. Yum. Trough call, how about an oink? Kristen, formerly of SNL. Kristen Wiig, I can't remember. Uncovers, digs up. Keeping the cellar. And so I guess I was right. Like my darling Shotzi always says, if you guess it, if you say it out loud, just put it in. 99 out of 100 times you're right. Well, I get it. So I'm going to go ahead and put in getting your goat and taking her advice. Let's see what we get. The Holy Grail, for example. Well, I think that's a goblet, but that I don't know for sure. It's going around. Beethoven's Third Symphony, yes, and this is Roica. Okay, yeah, Roica. It's going around, maybe an orbiter, because I think this is that guy. I think it's a goblet. I'm going to put it in. I could be wrong, and I don't mind being wrong. At least I have something to work with. Delectable could be tasty, feeling pretty better so far. Dump could be a sty. Panache could be éclair. Government-backed investments. Whew! Oh, I got nervous with that TB next to each other. Okay, so T-bills. All right, very good. I feel like I fat-fingered something here. I really am sorry. Light ditties, maybe lilts. Attack medieval style. I guess this would be to tilt at. Speaking of Cervantes, right? Don Quixote. So for tilting at windmills here, how do we do today, Bob? Well, great, right? I mean, yeah. Okay. I mean, it was a really super easy grid, but it had some really clean fill. Not a lot of ugly fill at all. As a matter of fact, I'm not thinking anything off the top of my head that was kind of ugh. But let's go ahead and admire it real quick to make sure we're not missing some cool animation, which we're not. But I have to be honest with you. Every time I see that Sunday grid, I think to myself, oh, what an enormous grid. That is enormous. And it is. But you know what? It's fun. And I know that so many of you love the Sunday grid. And that's why it's just become imperative for me to do it. And to be honest with you, it makes me happy to do it. I think it's one of the coolest things that we've got that we can do here on our daily uploads. And so, again, to all of those who love these things, to you, to us, to this community, welcome to the new subscribers. Let's tap you on out of here for now, and we'll bring it back for the Monday grid. Tomorrow's a federal holiday, which I will be enjoying here. I may get up to go do something amazing. I may not do anything at all but shower and watch a movie or 15 or whatnot. But I will get the grid in and probably get it in a bit earlier than usual. So we'll see about that. But in the meantime, until I see you all again, ich wünsche Ihnen einen schönen Tag noch. Auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss. Servus. Grüß Gott. Ciao. Cin-Cin. And we'll see you for the grid tomorrow. Have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. And no matter where you are on this planet, be good to yourself. Be good to your neighbors. And be especially nice to the person behind you in line. Take care.